Hey everyone, it's Guard, and let's go ahead and start draft number 10. For my free-to-play run, we open the worst card in the set, Unstable Ace here. Even Rubble Stone Elemental is better, and this card's unplayable. But anyway, the best cards in this pack are all Necreum. It's Undying Legacy, Whimsical Knight, and Contagion Lord. Restless Wanderers is okay, but it's too unreliable. Like it's not big enough to play on its own. I mean, it's okay on its own. It's decent in every Utera deck, but like it's really good if you can build around it, which makes it a best first pick, but not like you're not guaranteed to get there if you pick it. Undying Legacy looks pretty bad, but it's actually really good. Past once you get to like rank 2 and 3, and you really want to keep your creature alive, it's gonna be the best card you can draw because it's basically a copy of whatever your best creature on the board right now is. Whimsical Knight's just a decent beater. No, not as good as it used to be when it was an 8/8, but still really solid. And Contagion Lord, I think, is the best card in this pack. It's really good on So Contagion Lord is like a leveling engine and a way to leverage your creatures all wrapped into one sweet little package. Because you can. Typically when I draft Necreum, I draft a ton of Zithian Rot Fiends. It's a 7/8 that gets really big, levels really well. It kills basically anything you block it with, but then it gets smaller when they put creatures in front of it. So it usually just dies to the next creature, like not even in combat, just they put a creature in front of it and it dies. So what you can do is you can block with your Rot Fiends and then sacrifice them to Contagion Lord and then play another card. It's really strong. Also allows you to level extra cards in Necreum. It's like maybe the only card they have that does that in the set. I believe so. And it's also really good size. 4/7, 9/12 is decent. 9/12 is actually pretty good for that kind of size. And then 14/17 is, pretty average for that sort of size, the 4/7. Kind of like a Zithian Hulk, but way better at rank 2. And at rank 3 you can use its ability twice, which is super nice. The only downside this card has is that it soulbinds Contagion Fiend into your deck, which is not very good at all. But even so. Okay, so the Alloying cards are not very good. The Nexus Core is actually the worst card in the format. Tower Vanguard's not the best. It needs armor to be able to be worth it, and I don't particularly. There's not a lot of good armor granting cards. Like Aegis Wings is not in the format, and that's one of the best armor granting cards that they printed in a while. So that leaves me with Herd Mother, Cavern Serpent, and Dendrify. Cavern Serpent's too small to be useful. It's pretty good at closing games out with the poison, but it's not that good just as a creature. Herd Mother is fine. It's a good card, but it requires raid to get going. Otherwise, it's just kind of an average creature. Dendrify is an excellent removal spell though, so I'm gonna take that. And then follow it up with Grove Matriarch. I think that's a pretty easy pick. Savage Oath is okay, and Tormentor is okay, but I don't want to pick them over the solid Grove Matriarch creature. And I think Felstrider is better than these two cards. This card scales really badly, and you never gain health in this format, so it's usually just a good level 1 creature and then bad level 2 and 3 creature. So I'm just going to take the Felstrider, then Grimgaunt Spectre. Strength in numbers is never worth it. At least Grimgaunt Spectre turns into an 11/11 mobility, which is kind of nice. If you manage to ever play it. Okay, so since I have a Contagion Lord, I'm going to take the Zithian Hulk because it's an Abomination. And it lets me use my Abomination play. It's also not that bad. It's pretty average sized. It's kind of like Contagion Lord itself, except for a little smaller at rank 2. And the next card in this pack is probably like Deep Branch Prowler, and I don't really want to take for Deep Branch Prowler. It's a solid card, but I can pick up some later. I like right now. See, all these cards are bad except for the Deep Branch Prowler, so it's a pretty easy pick. And I can take either Scourge Knights or Zombie Titan. So I think Scourge Knights is pretty good, but I don't know if it beats out Zombie Titan. Zombie Titan's a really solid creature. It's just a 6/6, 10/10, 15/15, 16/16 even, with regen, which is super nice. But I think Scourge Knights is a little higher upside because it's a creature that you can play around with formation, and I've got a Grove Matriarch already, so I can pick up some token creators, and I'm going to Terra, which makes formation a lot easier. And I'll take Blightwalker over the Death Seeker because I want another kind of removal spell creature. Take the Abomination, then I think Twin Strength is the best card in this pack. The other considerations are like Herd Mother and Scavenger Scorpion, but those cards I think pale in comparison to Twin Strength, especially when I have large toughness creature or large health creatures like Zithian Hulk. Twin Strength is really good on them because they don't have much attack, but they have a lot of health, so it's really hard to kill them. And then I take the it's an Abomination and a Heroic, so I'm gonna take it. This is the first Heroic I've seen. I hope I didn't pass any accidentally. I'm pretty sure it is though. And then Grove Matriarch, pretty easy pick. Excellent card. Katara Sprite. So I'm really hoping to get a Spring Dryad, because that would be just excellent. I think Tarjan Pact might be better than Chiselworth Hunter, but not by much. Well, do I have anything that works with the Tarjan Pact? Not really. Tarjan Pact does not scale very well at all. Like it's so weird this one scales so poorly because the Utera one is plus 15, plus 15, and rank 3, and the Aloyan one, Scythian Battlesuit, is plus 15 attack and plus 3 armor. But this only gives like plus 5 in Regen. Like, why does this scale so poorly? I just don't know. Oh, I'm gonna take the Chiselworth Archer, and then follow up with either Bear Rider or Symbiote. I think is the pick. Symbiote's just a decent creature. Bear Rider is a little on the small side, but it kills everything. It also dies to everything, which is the problem. I think I'll take the Symbiote. Just have a little more sticky regen creature. And then I think the pick is Shimmerfang Serpent. And hopefully I get to pick up... I don't really want a Savage Oath yet, but maybe I do in the future. Pretty soon here, because it scales pretty well. I don't have a lot of things that scale really well. And with the free plays off Contagion Lord, it's fine to play a couple of loose cards that you wouldn't normally play, because you get three spells. So Shimmerfang Serpent pretty easily. Haven't seen a whatchamacallit yet. Zithian Rotfiend. So Spiritstone Druid is a card I would like if I had a Spring Dryad, but I don't. So I think Sharkclaw Crusher is much better because it improves my current creatures. Whereas Spiritstone Druid does put creatures into play, but since they're so small, the only way to use it is if you have either ways to sacrifice them, like Grave Pact, or you're putting things into play like with Spring Dryad. And Crypt Whale is not good. It's like Halazith, but you have to play it. It does so little damage. It only does 5 damage. Unless the opponent's winning, in which case it does 10 damage. And then it just kind of scales really badly. Okay, there's a Rotfiend. I'm taking that really easily. Rotfiend's super good with Contagion Lord, and it's just a decent card on its own. And then I guess I'll take the Abomination over the Demon. They're like the same card, except for this one is it scales a lot better in attack. But this one is an Abomination. So I think the Abomination's going to win out. Okay, there's a Spring Dryad. That's a pretty easy pick. Yeah, I've got a lot of things that work with Spring Dryad, right? I've got 2 Matriarchs, a Katara Sprite, a Progeny, and a Felstrider. Okay, that's pretty good. Ooh, I think this pick's actually really tough between Abyssal Brute and Etherwolves. So Etherwolves are 5/6s, which helps my early game a lot, because I don't have a lot of good level 1 creatures. I've just got the Rotfiend, the Symbiote, I guess I have the Matriarchs. Okay, so maybe I will take the Abyssal Brute. Abyssal Brute's a really strong card. It makes your cards nigh unstoppable. And I think it's much stronger than... I think both of these cards are much stronger than Spiritstone Druid. Especially Etherwolves and Spiritstone Druid, they're kind of similar cards. They both produce 2 creatures. But this one will level up, and you'll draw it and feel bad later on. But this one, you don't have to draw again. And it's really good at rank 1. This card is not really good at rank 1. I'm just going to take the Abyssal Brute. I think that card's a little better. It works a little more with what I have already, and it's more compatible with everything than Etherwolves. Because Etherwolves works like just by itself. It's just a really solid card, and it pumps Spring Dryad. Abyssal Brute also pumps Spring Dryad, and it also pumps every other creature in my deck. So it's also a huge threat at ranks 2 and 3. Infernal Visage is pretty good. I wonder if it's better than Shardclaw Crusher though, because I do want formation for my Spirit Knights. I think Infernal Visage is very good when you have very high health creatures, because the regen can really work. So I've got a lot of Zithian Hulks and Grove Matriarchs. So I'm just going to take the Visage here. Then I'll follow up with Shardclaw Crusher. And then I'll take the Abomination over the really bad pump spell. I don't know if I've talked about why this card is bad, but since it relies on your board state, like usually you're only going to have like 1 creature in play, maybe 2. And +2/+2 for a level 1 spell is not very good at all. Even if you play a creature and then cast the pump spell, it's only +3/+3. That's not very good because you have to work for it. And if you have 0 creatures in play, it's only +1/+1. So it's never really what you want to cast ever. Wow. There's a Necromoeba. As much as it pains me to not take the Rot Fiend, Necromoeba is so good, and I have two whatchamacallits already, Sharklaw Crushers, which work really well with Necromoeba, especially against certain factions. So Grove Matriarch's the clear pick here, but I'm going to take the Heroic in Fido Bomb. Fido Bomb's not very good in my deck, but at least I have a Spring Dryad, so I can use it a little bit. But I want the silver from Fido Bomb. I'm a free-to-play player on this account, so I want the silver so I can grind up, build my constructed deck. And as good as Grove Matriarch is in draft, Fido Bomb is worth 5,000 silver guaranteed after 3 of them. I believe I have 3 of them. I don't remember off the top of my head. I have 2 Fido Bombs. So okay, so Cold of Week or Scourge Knights? I like Scourge Knights better, especially after picking up the Necromoeba. It's a lot easier to get rate or formation when you have token creators like that. And then another Sharklaw Crusher and Deepwood Boar Rider. Is it the last card? Yep. Okay, so yeah, I like this deck. Didn't have as many Rot Fiends as I wanted. I think I only have 1. But I do have a Necromoeba, and my deck's kind of just solid. I wish I had a little more in the way of threats. My threats are actually kind of light. I've got a Deep Branch Prowler, a Contagion Lord, because you have to kill that card, a Spring Dryad, an Abyssal Brute, and a Necromoeba. That's kind of it. I have like 5 creatures I'm trying to kill him with. The other ones are just kind of like filler that'll do chip damage, so I have to manage my combat really well, or get some pumps in going with Infernal Visage and Twin Strength. So we'll see. I'll see y'all for round 1.